ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the filmmaker behind Friendship, our friend Andy DeYoung.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for everyone who waited in line. Fucking cool. Yeah.
So, I guess we'll just start from where this idea came from.
This is the first time you saw it.
Yes.
Right now.
I wanted to watch
You're
it with
fresh,
other
huh?
people. Yeah. So I'm fresh out. So where did the original idea of this stem from?
Just trying to hang out with somebody and feeling burned. Texting someone that I thought was like could be a potential friend, and they not texting me back, and I was pissed off.
It's awkward as a young person having friends. Just that the thought behind that as not a I make most of your friends when you're in college or something. As an older person, not a kid, it's different.
It's tricky, yeah, for sure. But it's tricky. But it hurts. It hurts all the time. Yeah.
And so you wrote this. Did you have Tim in mind, or?
As I started writing it, I started picturing Tim. Yeah, and started to. We're buddies, and so I started to write towards his sensibilities. Yeah.
And so you've done a lot of great television, and so was this freeing to when you were writing it? You were thinking, I can get in a bigger scope or change maybe what you can do, more cinematic.
I mean, it's a nightmare all the time shooting anything, but yeah, you're just. I don't have to answer to anybody, so. Yeah. It's just me and Tim, truly, just trying to figure it out. And he had notes, and he would cut harder jokes, which thank God, because I think it really resonates. But it was just him and I, just figuring it out. Yeah.
And so when you were shooting, was it strictly to the script, or was it kind of loose around it and tried different techniques?
It's mostly on the script, but then there's when everything Connor says is Connor. Like that Afghanistan joke. I cannot take credit for that. He's just the funniest dude in the world. There on the Blu-ray there'll be a 12-minute take between Tim and that's the only true improv. Of course, things were added and stuff. Like the when he tells the guy I bought a van today, when he sits down, that's Tim's idea to be like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. So it's that stuff in the moment of just playing the emotion, and Tim would be like, oh, this feels right, and thank God, because I'm like, then it just makes it so much better.
The key, the most amazing scene in this is the scene at the Zenith phone store, which does not go where you think it's going to go. At what point did you find that in the writing of this?
I mean, from the jump, because you were like, at first I was like, well, you have to make something crazy. And it was around that time Bad Trip came out, and I'm like, there's a crazy drug trip thing, and I'm like, you can't beat that. What you have to do is go the opposite and do the most boring thing. This guy should never, he's taking the easy route. He should never get what he wants, right? So you give him truly kind of the worst thing, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't give, because you think when he takes the mushrooms that sometimes he's going to have a trip, he's going to have a crazy trip, he's going to have a crazy trip, and that was his trip to Subway.
Yeah, he should never get what he wants, yeah.
And the rest of the cast on this, how'd you just bring everyone together?
I mean, the Paul part of it took a while to get someone like that, initially, met with Paul, and he wanted to be in the movie more. That character was in the movie less. And basically he went away the whole second act. I wanted to feel like a true breakup where you're like, where'd this person go? And you're kind of ruminating about him. And then I wrote him more in the movie, and thank God, that's where the bald stuff came in, and so I gave him more of an arc and that kind of thing. And then everyone else like Whit and Carmen and those people, and Kate Mara, who was as soon as her name popped up, I was like, she's incredible.
When you were working with he went full Geraldo with that Weatherman, that look of this. How was that all built out in finding that look and just that character with him?
The look of Paul and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's supposed to kind of look like someone that Tim's character would look up to. So there's like, we're playing with kind of some tropes and stuff. And then he's wearing a wig the whole time. I don't know if that's, you could tell. That's Paul's idea, to just give it more of a, to his regular hair. But yeah, Paul had some ideas, but we wanted to keep it as grounded as possible, also kind of being like a Marlboro man,
And working with Tim, who is one of the most, he can ground anything, and you're immediately in his shoes, no matter what he does. What was that like, and what was you said you were friends, you read before, what's your shorthand, what's it like working alongside Tim?
I mean, he cares more than anyone in the world, and so there's like certain harder jokes in the script that he would be like, before we're gonna shoot, we would be blocking it out, and he'd be like, this sounds like Chandler, we have to cut it. And I'm like, fuck, okay, and he would come up with alts and stuff like that, but we would just play it when I sent him the script, I was like, I wrote this for you, I'm gonna shoot it like The Master, and it's not a joke, and because it's like that movie's really funny, and we both want to play things as like, as grounded as possible, even though some crazy stuff happens, it should be played grounded, So it was constantly checking, like, is this feeling real? Is this feeling real?
And he can go so big. Do you do a large take and bring it down, or how do you work?
Yeah, we do a large, like we stay grounded, and then we would do. I would tell him to go into be a rat, so there every take I'm like, okay, now we're in rat mode, and he would go crazy, and just where he could fully pop off and be a little wild, yeah.
Are all the moments found, or like the moment of the overfilled coffee cup? Like I've been in that. You're like, why did I do this? And you're walking with it, and it's awkward. Are those all moments discovery, or are a lot of those in the script to begin with, or how do you find those?
That's in the script, yeah. And then Tim makes it feel so real. Yeah.
We're going to go out to some audience questions as well today. So I know there must be a ton. Right there.
I'm not gonna say that. Harder jokes. I'd have to think about it. Yeah, it's been so long. Yeah. Right there. That's good. Yeah. I wanted him to have this job where he's working in addictive tech, because that's the opposite of actual true connection. So when he finds and meets Paul's character, it wakes him up out of this world of manipulation and basically tricking people. It's despicable, So it's very a black and white juxtaposition there. Right there.
The wife makes a comment about leaving her, father's narcissist kind of thing. When you were building out Tim's character and trying to kind of create, this mythic person, were you trying to say he's a narcissist and building from that, or how did you build the character?
No, not at all. Just gut. It's all it's just me, really, and just going from what feels right.
And with Tim, you can push it because he's so likable that you can make him more and more narcissistic because you kind of relate to him. Did you find that you could push things in this, of what horrible things he could do or how narcissistic he could be?
So every time when he at the party when he cuts her off, I'm like, I should have cut that. It feels too mean or something a little bit. But it's ultimately I wrote it. I'm like, this is a catharsis, hopefully for all of us.
Yeah.
He gets to do the things we don't do, but we think about. So ideally he's kind of performing that catharsis. Yeah.
Good there.
Marvel provides so much good entertainment for everybody. When you're in the hospital, it's great to watch.
Right over there.
What was the whole thing with the sewers? Was there an inspiration there?
I mean, that's a good question. I grew up in Fresno, California, and when I was a teenager, me and my friends would going downtown, and break into like abandoned buildings and explore these and so there was probably something like that. And also when I was in Culver City, there's like, you could go, there's like the like tunnels that go into like from the river. I don't know if anyone's explored that, but some friends and I have done that too. You? Yeah. So that it comes from kind of those places. Yeah. Right there.
Do you have any other songs in mind?
It was scripted as Whitney Houston. I want to dance with somebody, and it's really expensive. So, but this one is like amazing. This one's even better. I'm so glad it popped up. Yeah.
Have you ever been somewhere where a group of friends started singing?
No. I mean, it's probably a really lame thing if it happened, right? Maybe. But these guys pull it off. Yeah. Right there.
I have a question about Tammy being stuck in the sewer. How did you get out? Did you get out of the city hall or like in your mind?
No, that dog went up, you know? And all those cops were there. They were finding her this whole time. They were like going through the hole. Yeah, that's never come up. That's a good question. Yeah. Right there.
You didn't have a specific town setting. You used prop license plates that had no state on them, and when you saw the address and there was no state listed, why was it important enough to actually get a prop license plate such as this? And why did you want it to not be set in a specific place?
That's amazing. Well, it's set in yeah, to notice that. That's bad. That's bad for props. Yeah, that's something I've never noticed. It's set in Clovis. That's where I grew up, and it's like outside of Fresno. And so I just did someone clap back there? You grew up in Clovis? Oh my God. Okay, we'll talk after.
Even the address is just saying Clovis, USA. It doesn't say Clovis.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't. I got it. I'm gonna write an angry email to my production that I didn't notice that.
Well, that's why they were mailed to the wrong house.
Do you notice these kind of details all the time? It's kind of amazing.
There's a transcendence to this film a little bit. Is there something besides the Masters that there's a little 2001, I think, in this a little bit?
Tell me more.
Well, you got the prop where he's got the old fossils and kind of that, and then him in the weird bed at the end, even though he's not really transcending. Is there anything else that seems like a transcendental film a little bit?
Oh, that's really nice. 2001. I mean, yeah, The Rock that's a real artifact that's like 400,000 years old. Kate Berlant's dad, Tony Berlant, gave that to me, and it's in the movie. And I wanted him to hold something, and like it's in Act 1. I knew there needs to be a breakup at the end of Act 1, so I need to make him feel high. You know, and so it's like you give him this ancient thing, and all of a sudden this relationship feels like, you know, massive. So I didn't think about 2001. I thought about Three Colors Blue a lot. Yeah. Right over there.
At the end, when he starts to kind of turn the cover and shake off a little bit, he do you think that was a result of the clothes trick or something else?
Thank you, Mia. I don't know. That's up to you. That's none of my business, really. Yeah, I have my thoughts. Someone on Letterboxd recently thought everything else was the trip. Afterwards, like he never kind of came out of it, which I like that take.
Right in the middle.
The relationship between Stevie and Tammy, it started out very much more a stronger relationship. They both petered off. Did they break up?
God, incredible questions. I mean, that was never in the script. So Kate Mara was like, I think him and I should kiss. And I was like, absolutely. And it was kind of hard to try. I think when you watch it, there's like, it does kind of peter off. There's little moments, but But that's one thing I wish if I could go back, I would kind of turn it up a little bit because it's insane.
Right.
That has come up before, yeah. Who do you think? Huh? Devin? Friendship too. Right back there.
Did this film inspire you to want to write something else for the next film, anything like that?
Right, make another movie?
Oh, did it lead you to another idea?
I don't know. I have other ideas for sure. Yeah. I don't know if this one exactly. These kind of screenings do fuck me up though, because the laughs are nice to hear, and so when I am writing, I'm like, how do I get back here? Which is bad. You know, it's like bad. So it is like, I don't know if I'll ever make one again, to be honest.
How quickly did this come out of you when you sat down to?
Wrote during COVID, and so it was like, I don't know, like 8 months because there was nothing going on. Yeah.
Okay, right there.
When you were editing, were there any moments that felt funnier to you, just watching it, or you had to keep it more in your head, you know, or gosh, I mean, everyone just is so funny. I feel like acting for his eyes, if you are acting for very super, result, opposite feeling, so out there.
Yeah, there was a ton of stuff that I thought was funny that Tim didn't, and so there was like balance. I would show him, he's like, no, and he would. I'm not gonna talk shit, but like, he would equate it to other stuff that maybe he doesn't like, and so it was a balance of always being like, what about this, and arguing for it and stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, there's a ton of stuff because it's Tim. There's like that is great that we'll never see. Yeah.
What was the name of his pants? Diner? What was it?
Ocean View Dining. Right there. The nosebleeds. That's all. Yeah. There's very scripted moments of. Yeah. I don't know what it really means or something. It feels right. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Some process is happening. Yeah.
Right there.
Do you have plans to work with him again in your future?
Yeah, we shoot Monday on his new TV show. Yeah, I have to get to New York. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very lucky to be. So he asked me to do his new show, so I'm going to do that. Yeah. Right there.
I hope I didn't hear the line wrong, but there's like a morning where it says that he wants to get a lick. Like that after the toad licking thing, like I was just thinking that there's a connection with the licking.
That's amazing. Yeah, I didn't realize till I think at like South by Southwest when I saw it, I was like, oh, there's 2 licking things, and it's just yeah. It's fucked up to notice the links. Or it makes me look smart, but it's an accent for sure.
Way back there.
Did you have any artistic negotiations with Subway?
No, they were awesome. There was a school shooter joke that they didn't love. But we still shot it and then cut it because it just felt bad. But they were truly awesome. And I thought I wrote it. I was like, this will be some generic Subway, some store. And then they were like, hell yeah, let's do it. So.
Is there anyone to get approval from Zenith? Is that even a thing?
I don't think it's a real thing.
Yeah, it's not a thing anymore, Zenith, right? It wasn't television. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's not my problem.
They were there.
You mentioned the Ocean View Dining thing, but like the theme of the color palette, creating color palette is so specific to me, like helping set an apart in a room and make you feel planned. And so, how specific was that for you when you were writing versus
once costumes started being planned, even right down to like the logo and the shoe. Like, I mean, obviously it's still a prototype, which is movie made. But how early on were you? Was it like, okay, you can understand that visually that way, or not understand that?
I mean, yeah, clothes I don't think about too much. Chloe Carmen, my costume designer, is amazing and just brought me these ideas, and immediately when you saw the coat, you're like, well, that's really funny, and also like it's dead of winter, so it makes sense, and yeah, he does feel kind of like he stands out for sure. It also like it matches the cardboard box, and you know these things that yeah.
Talk about the score a little bit.
Keegan DeWitt did the score. Yeah, I mean, again, I like hate comedy music often, and so I'm like, I want it to feel as as dramatic as possible. Right there.
There any challenges editing around people breaking characters? Because I thought I saw a small smirk from Connor delivering over.
I'm sure you did. For both of them, I'm sure you did. Yeah. After every take, Tim would go, "Funniest guy in the world. Funniest guy in the world."
I think I've seen a small smirk from Connor in everything he's done, though, right? He's always got.
Yeah.
That's a good smile.
He's the funniest guy in the world.
Where is that? Right back there.
Where did the toad thing come from? Is it real?
It's real. Some people keep asking this. Yeah. It's real. I've never done it. Who has anyone done it here? Your friend did? What happened to him?
They burn you on the arm, and then they put the toad venom there. I heard it was great.
You don't lick it. You. Oh wow. No, I just heard about it. It's just like it's fine. I've seen it less, I guess, in movies. We've seen the other stuff, so I just thought that was a little more interesting. But yeah, I've never done it.
Where we got? Right there.
Yeah, I know you started writing during COVID, but did any of the like comics, weave sketches inspire writing characters?
I mean, tonally, I wrote towards him for sure. I mean, I love that the show's brilliant, but trying to make it my own thing as much as possible. Yeah.
Okay, so someone's over there.
Was Wit supposed to pick Tim up when he freaks out?
Good. Yeah. No, that's all in the moment. Yeah. That's all. Like he lunges for him, I think, in the script, and they like hold him back, and then in the actual reality of it, he picks him up, and then he's like, "Don't pick me up. This is embarrassing." That's all. That's all Tim being Tim, or like you spilled that water. It's all like just in the moment, people just playing it. The reality of it.
So how much exists that's not in the film? How many scenes or takes, different?
There's not too much. There's a few. They'll be on the DVD, but mostly it's all on the screen. Yeah. Right there.
Some of that inspiration of the scene transitions was really kind of Lucas had from the sun. Just maybe laugh hysterically with the way that he did it. It's so funny. I don't know why, but
Like the circles? Is that it? Okay, cool.
Going in and out, changing the scenes. Some of it wasn't really a change, it was more just changing in space. I didn't have to try and crash the van and record that. It's very fun. It's funny. It's like
Cool, thank you. Yeah, just Sophie and my editor, Sophie, my editor, and I just figuring that out and trying to make it as interesting as possible. Yeah, thank you. Right over there.
Yeah, probably just moving really anywhere, like stay on target for like guys in your writing process. I mean, did you know the ending in advance, or was it just curious about how you approach
I mean, it's all from the gut, just trying to flow one thing to the next. It's hard to even talk about. Some people think it's a disaster structurally, and some people think it's a bunch of I think you should leave sketches, and both are fine with me. But it all comes from just like, I love that feeling where I'm like, I'm into this and I don't know where the hell it can go. So that's the feeling I'm always trying to chase. It's like I'm on board, and trying to always like be ahead of the audience. Because I feel I'm constantly ahead of the movie or show now. So yeah.
Time for a couple more. Nice one. Okay, see right there. Yeah.
Is there any significance to the flowers, like when they have like a transcendent moment looking into the flowers?
You got it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just she's full of life and you know, plus her business and stuff. But yeah, it's supposed to represent her kind of like post-cancer rebirth that he hasn't, you know, hasn't caught up to her yet. Right there. A lot of takes. Yeah, he actually bruised his ribs pretty hard, and we had such a annoying set medic that he didn't tell the set medic not to, because he didn't want to interact with him. And I didn't know until later, but he's like, my ribs are all fucking bruised up, but that medic is so annoying.
All right, time for right there.
Did the pomegranate mean anything?
It started to, but then I think I got buried pretty quickly, yeah.
So with this film, it's coming out May 5th, is that? What's it?
May 9th.
May 9th.
Is it?
May
Yeah.
9th. And it's going to play over at the Vista here in town.
May 9th, it'll be at the Vista on 35, which will be
Yeah.
cool. And then it'll expand outwards, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the 5th? I heard.
Oh, maybe it's the 9th. It's somewhere I saw.
I heard, yeah, my
May
sister was
24th,
like,
they-
it comes out the 5th, but the 9th for sure.
Yeah, and they could tell everyone, go see it at the Vista, go see it wherever it is. It's an amazing film. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you.